Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt, and welcome back to Far Lands or Bust. Here we are. I believe this is the exit. Yep, exit of the hidey hole. Watching out for creepers, because we are kind of near this forest biome. We know what happened last time. Oh, there's a zombie. Taking a dip. Enjoying the beach. Let me grab Wolfie. Zombie is not burning. Interesting. There we go. Have fun with that there, zombie. And yeah, let's just continue on. Screw that guy. I'm going to the Far Lands. But yeah, episode 112 we're at now. And let me check. We are still at 6% of our Far Lands or Bust Child's Play charity fundraiser. But we raised a few more $100. We're at $1,990 even. So thank you everybody who keeps contributing, and you can keep doing that over at farlandsorbust.com. Right on the homepage, there's a chip-in widget. So check that out. It's much appreciated. I've also, I suppose, yeah, the last episode I ended with a bunch of lag, and I was getting like 1 frame a second, kind of annoying. I'm not sure. I hopefully have that fixed here. I think it was due to the fact that I mentioned that I'm now using a .bat file, a series of .bat files that open up my Minecraft in separate installations. And I think from the script, first of all, I'm no Java programmer. I don't exactly know what I'm doing. I just got that script from, a website that showed you how to do it. And that script, I think, was limiting the RAM available to Minecraft to 512 megabytes. And that's not going to do, especially for Far Lands or Bust, so I upped that to a gig. I think I upped that to a gig with the .bat file. It's odd, I tried to make it 2 gigs, but it wouldn't allow me to, so I've upped it to a gig, and hopefully that provides me enough RAM in Minecraft in order to play and record at the same time. Everything appears to be running rather smoothly at the moment, so we will see. And hopefully that's fixed. But yeah, thanks for all of your concern. It's not because I was suddenly approaching the Far Lands. I am nowhere near the Far Lands at this moment, so no need to worry about that just yet. Wolfie? Oh, there he is, Creepy Watson. But yeah, continuing on. I do also want to acknowledge, I'm assuming I'm going to get this episode up today, is Thursday the 19th of January 2012. Yesterday, January 18th, was the Internet Blackout Day, protest against SOPA and PIPA. And a lot of you gave me questions on Twitter and Facebook as to if or why I wasn't blacking out farlandsorbust.com or my channel or stuff like that. And I just hadn't prepared for that. I certainly am supporting well, that's a double negative. I'm definitely it's a lot of spoilers. I'm definitely against. This might be a spawner under here. I need to check it out just for the heck of it. Wolfie, stop! Gosh, you had 16 cups of coffee this morning. I'm definitely against SOPA and oh god, yes it is. Okay, let's make these spiders friendly. A lot of spiders. Spoilers! While we're doing this, yeah, I a few episodes ago went on a long rant about SOPA and PIPA. So I feel like my thoughts have already been shared, and I'm certainly not the most, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not the most eloquent of a speaker when it comes to political things like that. So what I did yesterday is I linked on my Facebook and Twitter, I linked everybody to Dodger from Press Hard to Continue, put up a nice video where she was talking about it, and pretty much everything I would say was echoed much better in the way she said it. So yeah, that's kind of just what I did, and certainly y'all understand. And currently, at least as of yesterday, a lot of senators were pulling their support. And that's a good thing, but it's not like, ooh, we won, the fight is over. You certainly have to keep writing your senators, and you have to be still a little bit skeptical of your senators. They say, oh, are these guys angry? They look angry. They shouldn't be, though. Oh, they're angry. They're angry. No, Wolfie, get back your crap. Wolfie, sit. Alright. I am going to... That guy appears to be friendly. I'm just going to block that guy off, because he might not be friendly now that he's in the darkness. And I'm going to block this off. Very nice, very nice. Okay, no spiders can get me. Let's see what we have in our treasure chests. Some iron, some other stuff we don't need, and some more iron and other stuff I don't need. Let me get rid of some stuff that I don't need. Like that. Oh, I can get rid of that whole block of dirt. There we go. Alright, another spawner. Let's get Wolfie up, and let's continue on. A little bit of a diversion. But yeah, continuing on. What was I saying? Oh yeah, you still have to still hound your Congress people. Even though I know one of my senators, Mark Kirk, he's suddenly switched sides and he's now against SOPA and PIPA, but the language in his... I gotta feed Wolfie now that he got hurt. The language in his kind of statement on his sudden reversal, he's like, oh, I can't support these bills in their current... I just ate that, didn't I? Damn it, Wolfie. I just ate dog food. There we go. And there we go. Okay, Wolfie's fine now. No need to worry. The language in his kind of statement was, oh, we can't support these bills in their current version. And what I'd have to say to that is we can't support these bills in any version, because they were mostly written by the major content, creators, the MPAA, the RAA, and other things like that. And there's nothing about those bills that have our interests in mind. So you still have to be skeptical, even if your senator has switched quote-unquote sides or whatnot. You still have to keep the pressure on, and stuff like that. And certainly this isn't, it's not, once SOPA and PIPA go down, hopefully they will, and they won't get passed. They're just going to come back next year with another creatively acronymed bill that's going to have the same things, just like they had the DMCA, the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. There was COICA, was a couple years ago, was a very similar thing that got shut down, but so it's going to keep happening, and we just have to keep fighting against it until we're able to elect people to represent us who we don't have to have internet blockouts in order to get their attention. Maybe they'll have these, they'll already be on our side, and you have to consider, there's, I think it's opencongress.org is a good website where you can check on what campaign contributions your congressperson got, and like I mentioned, Mark Kirk, you can check there, and I think over the term of his, I think he's been a senator since 2001, he's received over $500,000 from these different industry, like the motion picture industry, the entertainment industry, so even though right now he's saying, oh, he's against it, you still have to think, okay, where exactly is your vote going towards? Are you looking for the money, or are you looking, out for your constituents and things like that? Oh, shovel. So keep that in mind. It's still ongoing, and yeah, it's something that you just have to watch out for. I also, if you're looking for my opinion, look for, hold on, that's this insane itch on my nose. Cory Doctorow, who writes for Boing Boing and is also a science fiction author and things like that. He's a good guy. I met him at a book signing locally once. Yeah, his stance on it is, and a lot of these, whether they be senators or corporations and who are switching sides and now are against SOPA and PIPA, are saying, well, we acknowledge that piracy is a big problem on the internet, blah, 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 so we will, we're looking for solutions, but this isn't the solution. The way Cory Doctorow, and the way I agree with him, look at that is, balls to that, it's not really as big a problem as they're making it out to be. As I mentioned in my video a few videos ago when I was talking about SOPA, these industries, the motion picture industry in the last 5 years has had 25% profit increases. Meanwhile, the rest of the country and the rest of the world is in a major recession. Viacom, the CEO of Viacom, recently got a $50 million raise this past year, so you can't even believe the fact that they're saying that their industry is in peril due to piracy, because it obviously isn't. And you have to not take their word for it, look at independent sources of information for that. So we don't need SOPA or PIPA in any form, or any future form of legislation that they're trying to do this, so keep up the good fight. And I'm going to head off to sleep. And awakeness, and jump in the waterness. Ba-doomf. And Wolfie followed along with that jump. But yeah, continuing on, let me get to more fun, crazy topics here. I didn't get to answer, because of the lag spikes, I didn't get to answer the question I was about to answer at the end of the last episode, and that was by Iuso Ninja. It was a two-parter. I started answering. He asked, how can I use telescopes with all those city lights? He's referring to the fact that I live near Chicago, and it certainly is a problem. Light pollution is a big problem. Particularly in Chicago is particularly bad. Back in the 70s and 80s, the mayor of Chicago had a whole light up the streets campaign in order to promote safety at night and things like that, even though studies show that there's no link whatsoever between safety and lights at night. If anything, you're just giving criminals, the ability to see what they're doing at night. And all studies show that, the majority of robberies and crimes happen during the daytime hours, etc., etc. So yeah, Chicago is especially bad. From the suburbs, it's better. We can at least see some stars. But most of the time, when we do our actual, observing, when it's not, we stick close to the populated areas when we're doing public events on the sidewalk astronomy or things like that. But when we go out to do our own astronomy, we get 2 hours out into the country, and then we're at least able to see the Milky Way. It's about as good as you can get from Illinois, because once you get farther away from Chicago in Illinois, then you start getting towards Springfield and St. Louis, the light dome from there. But yeah, even from 2 hours out, there's still a big light dome in the northeast from Chicago, and it's something we have to deal with. Yeah, it's difficult, but it's certainly manageable. We would certainly prefer to be out in, Nebraska or Arizona or New Mexico or something like that, where it gets actually really, really dark. So it's not ideal, but from where we're at, we can deal with doing astronomy. And you can kind of check yourself to see what kind of skies you're in. If you look at the Big Dipper, the third star in the handle of the Big Dipper is especially somewhat dim. If you can see that star naked eye, then you have moderately good skies. It's a little bit hard to see from the outside of Chicago here, and you absolutely can't see it and many of the other stars of the Big Dipper from within Chicago. But if you can see that star, then you have decent enough skies, and you can try that out. But yeah, that's one way you can check. Another part of Isuo Ninja's question is, Kurt, do you think normal people are going to be able to travel to the moon in the near future? As in tourism, I don't know. It's certainly, I would have hope for something like that to happen, but and certainly within the coming years, Virgin Galactic is going to try to do suborbital flights with people. They've already got a big waiting list of people who've already paid to go. Orbital flights would be the next thing, and then obviously people have already paid to go to the International Space Station. They've paid to go on the Soyuz rockets out of Russia. But to the moon, I'm not sure. I'm hoping within the next decade or two, in terms of not normal people, actual trained professional astronauts will be going back to the moon, asteroids, and possibly Mars. So, that's interesting. Oh, I don't have a shovel anymore. So yeah, that's part of what I suppose my opinion on that would be. I'd like to go to the moon, but well, I also want to say he ended off his, and I hope I'm not embarrassing you, Uoso Ninja, but he ended off his comment by saying, "By the way, sorry for my bad English. It's not my native language." You see that a lot on the internet, and I don't know how I feel about that. Those questions you asked was perfect English, so congratulations, you're very good at English. But if English isn't your first language, I don't think you have to apologize for it. I get comments and personal messages like that all the time, and I see it all the time on the internet. Do I have a boat? No, I don't. Not really making much forward progress here going to the left. Let me make a boat. Make a couple boats. But yeah, for people who English isn't your first language, and you're leaving comments on blogs or YouTube or the internet, I don't feel there's a need to apologize for it. There's plenty of people on the internet who all they speak is English, and as you can see, their grammar and way they leave comments is subpar at best. So I don't think you have any need to apologize for that. And if you didn't mention it, I would have had no idea, to be honest. So just a bit of a internet little woof. Yeah, internet woof. Internet woof of the day. But yeah, continuing on. Another question. I have a bunch of questions here who I didn't take down who asked it, so I'll skip to one. Somebody asked, I don't have this, who asked this, but tell us about your past pets. If you've had any, why, and did you want any? Speaking of grammar. As you know, as you might know, currently I have a box turtle, Speedy. Careful, Wolfie, careful. Jeesh. And I have Wolfie. But yeah, I have a box turtle. It's an eastern box turtle, I believe. I should know this because I've had him since the 4th grade. I've had him over 21 years. Speedy is older than many of my viewers to Far Lands or Bust. Yep, turtles just last a long time. Before that was like basically my only major pet. My mom and my sister are deathly allergic to cats and dogs, so we could never have any of those. And then my dad, just in particular, is not a big fan of pets. He never had any as kids, so it's just kind of so we never had any cats or dogs or furred animals. I did, we had occasional. Get out of here, boat. We had occasional. Oh, I almost killed Wolfie. We had occasional goldfish and stuff like that every now and again. And then there was one point, I think it was in the 5th grade or so, we did a kind of a project in school where we made like a terrarium and then ended up getting one of those little green lizards. I think they're called anoles. They're the kind that when they get excited, they flare up and they have this big red neck thing flap that comes out. But yeah, and then at the end of the school year, it was voted on which of the students would be able to take one home. So I got voted on and I was able to take one home. I don't think it lasted longer than a few months, to be honest. I got some bad crickets, and I think, from the store, and then it got sick and died. So yeah, that was my other non-turtle pet that I had. But yeah, no other pets. I'm personally, because I never grew up with them, I don't plan on or want to own any pets, to be honest. I have some friends who have dogs and things like that. Oh, that's cool and stuff like that. But I just, they're expensive. They're like kids. And certainly, if you have pets, good on you. And if you take care of it and you're not mean to it and you're not giving it up to an adoption shelter too early or something like that, great. But and certainly, if you are going to get a pet, I suppose I would recommend adopting instead of getting a brand new pet. But yeah, no, not Speedy's. Speedy's the maximum, the only pets I've ever owned. Pig murder. But yeah, thanks for that question. Somebody else asked, Giza2K9 asked, would I like to see multiplayer in Kerbal Space Program? Yeah, first of all, Kerbal Space Program, very addictive. Very addicting, I suppose is the proper English, speaking of not speaking proper English. But yeah, I suppose, and I don't know if that's in their plans or not, and I'm not sure how that would work. It would be interesting to have like a cooperative thing, like you build a space station or something. One person launches this, and then they dock, and this and that, and go back and forth. And I suppose eventually that would be something just to add to the single-player game version of Kerbal Space Program is... Because right now you launch, and you land, and, you end the mission, and then basically your entire world is reset. It would be cool to have a way to launch modules of a space station, and then you go to the next mission, and, while you're building your next module or rocket, that piece of the space station is still orbiting, so you still have to go back and get back to that to add to it, and ooh, you have a little bit of lava erosion here. Eroding. But yeah, I'm enjoying Kerbal Space Program. It turned out to be a lot more fun than I anticipated. I thought because it was such an early beta that there wouldn't be much interesting going on, but I'm enjoying it. And it's uploading right now, but I'm assuming you guys have already seen, and if you haven't, check it out. I uploaded a long, it's like almost 40 minutes of my second attempt of getting to the moon. And I guess no spoilers, but things conspire against me and keep me from getting to the said moon. But yeah, that was fun. And I'm liking recording and uploading those failures. I could just wait until I get to the moon and upload that video, but and I suppose even in that episode I could have just, after I had my problems, I could have just quit and tried again. But I like playing games kind of not so much legitimately, but it's almost like a role-playing, you know? It's like, okay, once I launch, I have to get my guys back safe, regardless of how this mission turns out. Wolfie? Where you at? There he is. Come on, Slowpoke. And sit. But yeah, that's how I like to play video games. Even, I don't have a shovel. Crap. Quickly now, things are getting dangerous. Doot. And good thing I picked up some extra iron ingots from that spider spawner. Let's head on into the hidey hole. But yeah, even obviously games like Minecraft, I kind of play like that. And what else was I thinking about? I mentioned I do like racing games, and like there was the old NASCAR Racing 2002 NASCAR simulator. I would even play that. I would start a championship, and like even if I crashed, you know, most people would just restart the race to get a better position. But if I crashed, I would just head to the pits and try to repair my car as much as possible. Oh, I forgot my workbench out here. Crap, come on. Get in me. Get in my backpack. There we go. All right, let's wall ourselves inside the hidey hole. But yeah, even in the racing games, I would keep racing as if I was an actual, you know, NASCAR race where you have to just get as many laps to get as many points as possible. So that's just the way I play my video games. Get out of here, thank you, and I'm holding a whole bunch of bones. Get out of my life. There we go. Do that, and I actually want the bone back. All right, let me organize my... that's annoying. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. Okay. I got the hidey hole. I got... Oh, don't want to do that. Oh. I got the hidey hole. I got the bed down. I got an extra bed. I got an extra boat. I'm having problems figuring out my inventory here. There we go. Okay. But yeah, this has been episode 112 of Far Lands or Bust. Thanks for watching, and thanks for all your questions. Keep me talking about things. And once again, I'm going to remind you to head on over to farlandsorbust.com to contribute to our Child's Play charity fundraiser. Like I said, we just today raised $1,990. That's amazing. And of course, as a reminder to everybody who might not know or who has joined us recently, this is on top of our previous fundraiser where we raised $11,739 for Child's Play charity. So that and the current amount is amazing, and I appreciate all of the contributions. And like I said, when we reach different milestones, I'll be doing some celebratory videos, so look forward to those. But yeah, thanks once again for watching. Please hit the... Whoop, didn't get my workbench. Please hit the little like button if you like this. That always helps the visibility of the channel. Please comment, ask me more questions, and subscribe if you're not already. But... until next time, my name is Kurt. I will see you next time. Get this dirt out of my face.